Yo, listen to me, people. I got something to say. There's a new video, and it's coming your way.
It's the story about Noah and his family, too, and with the animals it made one funky little zoo.
Now I know you know the story, and you know it well, how old Noah got saved from hell.
Now I hope that word doesn't blow you away, 'cause there's something else that we've got to say.
It's not just the animals, it's not just the ark, it's not just the rainbow, there's another part.
It's the part about God's love and grace and how he wants to save the human race.
So get out the word and read it again.
Tell a neighbor, tell a friend.
God's love is going to save you in the end.
So stop all the fighting, stop all the crime.
This planet is running out of time, so hug your sister, hug your brother.
We really gotta love one another.
Two by two,
2 by 2,
2 by two.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by two,
2 by 2,
2 by two.
2 by 2.
That's the way that it should be. First God made a man, then he devised a better plan, and he made a woman for the man to love. Since the dawning of that day, there has been no better way than living, loving 2 by 2. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that it should be.
Now when Noah built the ark, he was sure that it would float, for he had the very best of all designs. And into that great big boat, God brought creatures of all kinds. This is what he had in mind.
He said
2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2. That's the way that it should be.
2 by 2.
One day, God said to Noah, I've had enough. My heart is broken. These people are hurting and killing each other, and they're going to keep on hurting and killing each other even more. It'll get worse and worse, and I'm really sorry that I made them. I'd like to start over again, and I think we're going to have to do something. I think we're going to have a flood.
Noah, Noah, the earth is filled with violence, destruction on every hand. And now it repenteth God that he has made man. God gave
What if Noah had been like other people? What if he had been like the rest of the world? What would have happened to the world?
Good heavens, Mildred. Have you seen what that poor old chap Noah is building?
Why, yes, I have, Francis. What on earth is that little old peasant up to?
He says he was commanded by his God to build this thing. How preposterous.
Why would his God give him such a ludicrous idea, if indeed his God actually told him to do so?
Well, I had heard that his God was going to send some sort of flood, and that Noah and his family, along with the animals, would survive.
I think the poor old man has been around that gopher wood for an excessive amount of time. I heard that staying around that type of wood would give you hallucinations.
And the animals, how dreadful! The scent of some animals would just make me... Oh, how horrible!
I know. Well, you've got to pity the poor old man.
I don't think so. Well, come...
Hey, dude. Like, what's up, man?
Hey, dude, not much except for that trippin' hombre Noah. Have you, seen what he's building, man?
Yeah, dude. I thought at first it was like a mongrel surfboard. But it ended up to be like an ark, man. Can you dig that, man?
Well, that's tripped out, man. Have you, seen how big this thing is, dude? I'm sure the dude's been thinking about some space, man. But this is Looney Tunes. Yo, I think this dude's been sniffing too much seaweed, man. Either that or he's one fry short of a Happy Meal, dude.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's time to hit the surf, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hey, last one in's Mr. Potato Head.
How do you get God to like you? Why did Noah and his family get to come in out of the rain? You know, God's always looking for someone to help him save the world.
Hey, wait a second, Damien. Let me see your t-shirt. Oh, neat. What are all these symbols for?
I think those symbols stand for the need to save the earth. Especially, we have a lot of endangered species.
I've been hearing a lot about saving the earth, but I've never really understood it all.
Well, you know, it's a very important thing today about saving the animals and saving the earth. But you know, even in Noah's day, God directed him to save the animals, but even more importantly, he had him to save his own family.
I sometimes think that we're getting our priorities a little out of order today. It's great to save the animals, but we shouldn't neglect our families.
Well, how do we save a family?
That's a good question. We're told in God's Word that outside of Jesus, there is no other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Jesus once said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Very good, Lily. That's an important Bible verse. And another one, John 3:16. Can you quote that one too?
Everyone should know that one. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Well, families are under stress these days. There are always deadlines. Cost of living is getting higher and higher. There's always difficulty and all kinds of stresses in family living, and there's violence around. Problems in our world. We have diseases, very bad diseases, and we still have famines and earthquakes and war, and world peace is not any closer than it's ever been. And being a Christian doesn't eliminate all these problems, but it gives us a kind of confidence to live in the midst of them. It's peace in the middle of a storm. And being a Christian means that you have a confidence for living, which indicates that you know what it is to be loved, and so you can be loving. You know what it is to be forgiven, so you can be forgiving. You know what it is to be accepted by God, and so you can accept all people. And that gives you an edge for living. And that's what it means to know Him. And that's what it means to live by His grace.
Oh, how grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Now Noah was 600 years old when the flood of water came upon the earth. And the rain fell upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day, Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them entered the ark, they and every beast after its kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, all sorts of birds. So they went into the ark to Noah, 2 by 2 of all flesh, in which was the breath of life. And those that entered, male and female of all flesh, entered as God had commanded them, and the Lord closed it behind them. And all flesh that moved on the earth perished, birds and cattle and beasts, and every swarming thing that swarms upon the earth, and all mankind. Of all that was on the dry land, all in whose nostrils was the breath of the Spirit of life, died.
Hey, Bird, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Just watching out the stuff here outside.
Oh, wow. So what do you think about this big pile of wood that Noah guy made?
Well, I don't see what his reason is for putting us in here in the first place.
Yeah. Wow. Look at this nice window he put in for us.
Yeah. But what's that stuff?
Oh, you mean that blue stuff out there?
Right.
That's water.
Oh, well, what's that stuff falling from the sky?
Oh, that stuff out there?
Right.
That's water too, but they call it rain.
Well, how do you know about this stuff?
Oh, I heard Noah talking to some of the other critters. Yeah, he said that, God... Yeah, he said that God told him to build this big pile of gopher wood because, all the people in the world were bad, and he was gonna flood the world with all this rain and water, and everyone was gonna die because they were bad and they didn't love him, except for Noah's family.
So, what are we doing in this ark?
Well, God wanted animals on the earth, I guess, so he told Noah to get 2 of each kind of animal. That's why you and your wife are here, and me and my wife are here, and the other guys with their wives are here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what happens to the other animals?
Well, they die.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We must be very lucky.
Well, it's not really luck. It's the grace of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Get a whiff of that.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
I can't believe that.
I know. I think it's time for him to change the stalls.
Oh. Anyways.
Hey. What? Hey, look out over there.
Where?
You see that? That's that bird that Noah sent out.
Oh, it's that dove.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, let's tell him it's coming back.
Okay.
Come on.
Without a little rain, no one ever knew God's healing without first feeling pain. When you take Him at His word, you'll find His promise is not vain. But you'll never know my Jesus till you not vain, but you'll never know my Jesus till you've been born again.
On the other side of the storm was the rainbow. Do you know that most triumph is on the other side of tragedy? like good grades are on the other side of hard study, that great musicians on the other side of long, hard practice, that a good athlete's on the other side of tiring workouts. The rainbow was on the other side of the flood, just like salvation is on the other side of the cross. And God said, I'm never going to do this again.
While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.
But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
Two by two,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that it should be. First God made a man, then he devised a better plan, and he made a woman for the man to love. Since the dawning of that day, there has been no better way than living, loving 2 by 2. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that it should be.
Now when Noah built the ark, he was sure that it would float, for he had the very best of all designs. And into that great big boat, God brought creatures of all kinds. This is what he had in mind.
He said,
2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that it should be.
2 by 2.
Two by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that God has planned it. 2 by 2,
2 by 2,
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
That's the way that it should be. First God made a man, then he devised a better plan, and he made a woman for the man to love. Since the dawning of that day, there has been no better way than living, loving two by two. Two by two.
Two by two.
Two by two.
Two by two.
That's the way that